We're starting a little bit early. Why? Because kind of have a lot to do, I guess. But welcome to those who are joining and welcome to those in the future. I'm TikTok is out of control. It needs to chill out. I don't even click on it. Yeah, I have made a TikTok and I have just been kind of experimenting with what I could do on it, because as a creative person, my first mind goes, okay, what can I do with this platform? So far, it hasn't been very eventful though. I think I made some songs that loop, and like that's about it. Like it's hard to come up with stuff creatively on that thing because everything is just designed to be short attention span. All right, just making sure everything's good for you all. There's sound coming out of my voice and all that stuff. Today we are going to revisit some old projects. And none of these are Dream Crack. These are actually songs I didn't know what to do with. Some of them are pretty old. Yeah, I think like September, like that old. Let me tell the band I'm streaming. And I also tried something cool this morning with the band. Like we did this, but we didn't stream. We just recorded it. And I wanted to see how it would be to record a rehearsal so that that process can be documented. Because I think it's really cool to see the stages of music production. They're not really shown all that much because musicians want to keep their secrets. Keep your secrets. But I think that's kind of the problem with like music education now. Like the people who actually make music like don't want to tell anyone how they actually do it, and the people who don't know how to make music are writing music theory books and all that shit. Um, but yeah, that's the music theory soapbox for today. um, yeah, I made this little thumbnail here for dream workshops for the future. I'm not going to delete my lives. I know basically like every YouTuber, I think, or like most of the ones I follow, when they stream, they just delete it on the live. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep all these named, documented, titled what I did. And because not only is this a tool for the YouTube channel itself, for viewers to come in and watch, but it's for documentation purposes too, for myself. And that's where we're at with Dream Workshop. And I think the rehearsals are gonna have a different thumbnail because they're kind of different. That way the viewer can know, hey, they're all there. I guess I'll start with ads since nobody's here. uh, this was my first. I put this on TikTok. This mini game takes a lot of focus and not short attention spanny to actually understand and enjoy, or um, to take it in. Like it takes a little bit of patience. Put it on TikTok. No one's gonna actually play it there. Like YouTube has kind of a chance, but TikTok, like it has no chance of anyone actually playing this game. And that's kind of the irony with Dream Slot Shot. It's like, ooh, play my slot machine. But what it actually is I challenge you to figure this game out. Like that's what it is, and nobody has played it because figuring out how to play is the puzzle of Dream Slot Shot. So there's two layers to it. There's just play my easy mini game, but really, if you dig deeper, like it's pretty complicated, but it works. It's crazy. It's a pretty interesting project I made. I'm planning to make simpler ones for shorter attention spans because a lot of my ideas I realize like you need a lot of thought to fully take in. And since I'm kind of like, I kind of want to like not erase that about myself, but close the gap, like I'm over here and the audience is over here and I'm just slowly closing that gap. Melancholy Dream is kind of here, viewers here. Some people really understood it. I think most people just like to listen to the music or whatever, like, oh, this is cool. But to understand like what it completely is a whole nother level. And I think like one person was starting to get it, one viewer. And I think that's when I felt like, okay, this what I'm doing is finally art. I'm not just making songs that, oh, I want to make a song that would be on the radio. Like I'm not just doing that. I'm legitimately trying to make something artistic, which, for a long time I complained about like, oh, music is kind of stuck, in a standstill. And like, what do we do? But music should be art. And I have I have so many canceled like talking videos, like so many of them from unspoken. I think some people suggested certain bands and I would do research on them, and I would just ask myself, this research, like all of I'm finding is like complete lies. It's easy to just get into a bad research loop, just a bunch of fake things that people say, which makes making those videos hard, and that's not really my passion. But I did have one video that was pretty interesting that would have required a lot of research. I decided not to do it because I'd rather make the art than complain about the art. But that video was like, the music industry is run by the ruling class's children. Like, normal people are not in the music industry unless like they get lucky. But most of it is just people of like, they have connections through their family, but they make it seem like they don't. They make it seem like they're normal people, but when you do research on them, it's like, oh, they're so and so's son or they're so and so's daughter. Like this was always gonna happen for them. Like it's not that star coming from nothing. It's not Justin Bieber anymore. It's gotten really like crazy. And once I realized that, I'm like, why complain about it? Like, what would a video do about that? Nothing. Like that's just gonna be the way it is. And just to focus my time on music itself rather than complaining about it. I did like talking about it though. And that might come back in a teaching kind of form because I've always thought music was taught poorly anywhere, the way I was taught music. I was taught by very passionate teachers, but some of the practices that they didn't create, that's just every music school. Like a lot of them is just forced to stress you out, forced to like really, really push you, not in a good way, because I studied education too, and I learned how to actually motivate students and actually like positive feedback and learning all these techniques and teaching. And I realized that music education is still like, music education is like old school teaching, like it's still stuck. And it's like so weird because it's an art, like it would make sense if math was stuck in time or if history was stuck in time, but music music, other subjects surpassed education of music. And yeah, it's just bizarre. So like I'm working on my own teaching book basically, or teaching method, um, and it's basically getting at the bone, or getting at the truth of it all, you know, how music really should be, you know, should be. You go to a church and you see musicians playing music. Like it shouldn't just be in a church. It should be like everywhere. Like most people should know how to play an instrument without all that weird stuff. But yeah, I'm making my own method. Plus, it'd be nice to have original resources for teaching for myself, and maybe I could sell it as a book or preach it. All right, it's 9:02. I jumped on a little early. We're going to get started mixing. So if you're interested in listening to stuff, this is your day. I haven't heard the song in a long time, and I have no idea how it sounds. I think the last time I heard it, I felt like I needed to re-record the guitar, because I have 2 guitar takes going on. Why? That's a string. So what we're gonna do, this song is all recorded. I feel like it's edited too. At least the drums, unless he did it in one take for sure. Take 2, yeah. So this is one he just did in one take. I told you sometimes that happens. This is Chris's part. I really need to tell Chris to send me mono tracks instead of stereo. I forgot how to make it mono though. There's a way to do it. I'll probably do that later, but that way it's not like, I mean it kind of still works, but it's easier to move. I'm accidentally putting markers. Oops. Well, we need the bass guitar. I'm gonna rename these tracks. Rule number 1. Oh, I spelled that wrong. But rule number 1, always be organized. Since this isn't Dreamcrack, I'm not gonna get into like Exploder, Pocket Master, all that stuff. I'm just naming them what they are. Because it looks like this song has a lot of instruments. With Dreamcrack, I'm kind of keeping it like the same instrumentation throughout the album. But with songs like this, anything goes. There is no... I did something here with the guitar. What did I do? Yeah, it's been a while. Okay. So the main decision before I do anything, because if I... Here's a crossroads. So our goal is to mix today. But last time I left off, I wasn't sure if I needed to re-record the guitar. So if I mix and then re-record the guitar, I'm going to have to mix again. So to save time, I want to hear what I have. I want to see if I need to re-record the guitar. And we'll decide then. Because if I feel like we need to re-record the guitar, we might not even mix today. We might skip it, or I always was curious, can I record while streaming? Can I record into Reaper? Maybe. Okay. No click is on. This should be okay. I haven't heard the song in a while. I also don't know if I need to re-sing it. So we'll see.
Nor can I explain what I am, but everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. We're sitting in a long car ride, driving out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid, but little your scars. Have you ever noticed you call me by a name? Have you ever noticed we're nowhere we aim? Have you ever noticed your sorrow is pain? Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe me? We are who we are.
I do not remember it sounding that good. Okay. So, this is where I have a discussion with myself. Do I need to re-record this guitar? I don't think so. Now that I've heard it. There's another take here. It looks like it's more edited, so I'm not going to use that one clearly. There's a block there. I clearly just sometimes when I record, and this is something I do differently than I don't know how Chris does this, but when I record, I do like a bunch of takes, but nothing really matters but the last take because I'm always trying to get the perfect take, just naturally. Like that's always my goal. And if I get the perfect take, then forget everything else. And I think that was a kind of like a problem with the perfection, like the perfection pressure that music school puts on you. Like you want to prove to yourself that you can play this part flawlessly, and I'm getting over that. As you can see, I even like edited this. I think I'm gonna keep the double. I think these are two different guitars. I wanted it to sound full. This is strings. Okay, this is strings. This isn't guitar. Okay. Strings and guitar. That kind of confused me. So this is... Oh, I used the pad instead. It's kind of on the left. Yeah, it is on the left ear. Strings left, right. Okay. So this is pretty cool. I wonder how far along this is. It looks like I already EQ'd the drums too. This song might be already close to ready. It did sound like pretty good, like just from volume and mixing wise. So it might be somewhat mixed. But I know something's not done with the vocals. I can tell. So here's the voice. There's 3 takes. I don't know which one I'm using. Let me solo. Let me name everything because it looks like this isn't named well. I'm gonna delete this because it's muted. Let me see what it is first though. It looks like a guitar. Yeah, it's an electric guitar. I'm deciding to use this one. I'm not even gonna hear these other takes because I know who I am. Those takes are probably nowhere near as good as this one, Wait a minute, what's happening here? I'm curious to see what this is. It might be the same thing. It might just be... Okay, I thought maybe it got louder, but it didn't. That's one of the reasons I was thinking about re-recording guitar. Not so much that the part was played bad or anything, but the part might change. But now that I've heard it, I kind of like it. Like, I kind of like that it's stubborn in a way. Because I think I have to explain the whole purpose of the song. This is funny. Anthony does not give two craps about the meaning of the song, but his drums add so much to the meaning of our songs. I'm like, are you sure you don't care because you did something like perfect that goes exactly with what the song is about? Ooh, it's thundering. But this song is, it's kind of like sad in a way. It's another voice in a head, in my head, I guess you can say, because these songs are pretty personal. But it's like another voice, but it's not sad. It's someone else, and it's another like persuading. Like, do you believe me? Do you believe that I exist? Like that's the whole song saying, persuading someone to believe. Hey, do you believe? It's like an imaginary friend trying to persuade that they exist to you, which is kind of scary in a way. Which is why this song is like kind of what, and that's why I chose this style too, because it's a calm voice. It's not like sad or it's screaming at you. It's a calm one. So Anthony building up here was something I thought was cool because that's the voices building up to. Like, where is it? Have you ever known? Have you ever known? And when the voice gets bigger, his drums get bigger, but the guitar is still calm. But the bass is going with it too, but not the guitar. It's like the guitar is stubborn, like to show that it's not totally convinced, because I still want the listener to be, well, do I believe this? That's what's happening. Like, do you believe me at the end here? Just you believe me. We are who in the same. Do you accept me? Like, do you accept me? Do you believe me? But it's still rigid. So I kind of like that. I like that it's not going with everything. And the piano is also staying with the guitar too. It's still keeping its volume. And yeah, I like that. I like that they're not going with the flow. It makes the sound full but not like in your face, Which is cool. It's a cool effect. It's a cool effect that I never thought about doing. But that's what this project's all about. So we're keeping that. Let's talk about the voice. So there's 3 tracks. It looks like I just have one active. So it looks like I haven't edited the vocals yet. But the take sounded fine. Like, I don't know if I need to do anything. It's kind of a tricky song to sing, like, because you don't want to use like, whoa, like the tummy. You're supposed to use it all the time, but if I want this really calm, like, mouse sound, like, hey, what's up? Like, kind of like it's kind of like a whisper, because like that's another tone I developed, and that's the tone I want for this song. Whereas, like, I have other tones where I'm singing more here. Sometimes I'm in the middle, and it's just using everything. It's not... I guess, like, what people don't know about voice all that much is that, yeah, you can... Like, if you sing the way they want you to, like, there's this way you can do it, and you can get these really big sounds. What kind of music I'm working on? I don't know, man. This is kind of like a bossa nova. No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. Okay, so that's the kind of music I'm working on. Oh man, it's really like lightning outside. If I get communicated lost, I apologize. So, let me see. Let me listen to each of these takes. I should do my diligence.
No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line.
Okay, so there, I went for the line. Sounds showboaty.
I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line.
That one does it more quicker. I like that one better. I think I still like
No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line.
Yeah, I just like it as one note. Line. Yeah. How did I produce the guitar tone? I do mind. I'm just kidding. No, of course I don't mind. Cause I use it's a Telecaster, but this just comes from me constantly just tweaking knobs. like okay, here's my process with guitar tone, and it's different for every song, and I need to like write some of these tones down. But I'll literally sit with my guitar on my amp. Maybe we'll do a session of that someday if I'm able to record while streaming. But I sit on my chair with the guitar and I play the song over and over in different tones, and I keep switching them, keep adjusting them slightly. I pick a main one I like, and then from there I say, okay, do I want that much delay? Okay, do I want that much reverb on this song? And I keep playing the song until I get the right tone. That's how this tone was done. That's how I recorded a guitar song 2 days ago, and I did the same thing. I sat, like, it took most of the time me just figuring out the tone, but I found one I liked. And same thing with this one. Yeah, it just comes from sitting. There's no like I kind of don't remember exactly what knobs or what setting I put exactly, but that's how you do it. If you have a song, like, that's where you start with when you're about to record guitar. Like, start with the part, make the part, and then decide what tone fits to that part. Like, does that tone match the song? Don't think of it as, oh, this guitar tone matches me. No, it needs to match the song. I know some guitarists are like, I'm a very angry person, and then they make their guitar tone sound that way, and then the song is like not that. How I feel about the guitar tones. Yeah. It's you're never gonna there's no correct answer. That's my opinion on guitar tones. There's no correct answer. It's not math, X plus this, if that goes that, then you turn this knob. Like, it's not like that. It's whatever you like, and whatever you like might not be whatever someone else likes, and people will talk smack on other guitars, like guitars will talk smack on other people's tones, but it's just all subjective. There's no right or wrong. There's no music school. There's no textbook. I mean, there's tricks people do, and there's books to tell you what bright means and what dark means, but at the end of the day, it's you figuring out what you like best. Yeah, we're all still learning. That's what musicians should say. Not that some of them like to say I'm a master, but we should all still be learning because it never ends. Like, really. I have a feeling this third take's just gonna destroy the other two. So I'm just gonna listen to this whole take and see if it's what I want. You got me thinking about guitar tone now, so I gotta go back and think about talk tone.
No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. Or we're sitting in a
Oh yeah, that's what I have to do. So I like.
Have you ever known?
I wonder how this sounds.
Have you
Oh,
ever known?
definitely not. That one sounds a little rougher.
Have you ever
That
known?
one sounds like I'm a macho man. This one sounds the softest.
Have you ever?
So that's what I'm listening for with vocals. I'm not. As another thing with vocals, people get kind of weird about too. But you're thinking of tones to match the song. Like the person doesn't exist. Like when I'm hearing these takes, I'm not thinking about my feelings. I'm thinking about, like, let's say you're recording other people. Like, don't think about their feelings. Like, think about like what matches the song. The song comes first for everything.
Have you ever?
And this looks like take 3. I probably figured out exactly what I wanted with each tone. Because you can never know, like, until you record it with vocals. Because how you sound in your head sounds different back. So you have to, like, record the parts and hear it with everything. So my vocals sucks. Vocals is really, it's annoying.
Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid, but little
I want to hear.
your name,
Is it Control N? Yeah.
your name,
Let's see.
your name,
Okay. I think here I'm going to use take 1. So here's what I'm also listening for.
your name.
I'm hearing my lip smack. Now you can get rid of that with a noise gate. So I've heard. I've never figured it out. But it's the same thing. I'm just gonna, because I don't want to noise gate the whole track, just for one part. So I'd rather just use this take. Because noise gating can get kind of tricky depending on like how you record. If you record in like a studio, noise gate, you're gonna have a good time. But if you're like recording in a home studio, you're gonna have to get something else. Okay. Can I just delete one? I have to delete all 3? Okay. This is weird. Oh, okay. Maybe because they're all on the same track, I have to. Yeah, I have to do that. This is back when I organized a little differently, so I kind of have to remember how I organize this to, let's see, because there's a way to just like expand. Okay, there we go. Expand all takes. Yeah. What happened? It expanded one. I'm thinking about just deleting the other takes at this point. Okay, because I don't know where they're gonna go.
Relates to you. I'm in your head, longing a waiting line. We're sitting in a long car ride, drowning out the world now. It's just you and I.
Okay. It's weird how I just can't control that take. Okay. I'll have to figure out something else then. Maybe for now we just keep take 3. Yeah. We might just do the noise gate then. It's a learning process. Expand all takes in place. What does that do? Oh, I think I know what that does. Which is actually, I think, what I want. Oh, not that. If I go back, yeah, it's going to be more takes. Yeah, okay. That's weird. Reaper is so weird sometimes to me. I definitely want to take 3 in the front, so. Because, like, I used a different thing before for years. And I, like, kind of recently just done Reaper. So my knowledge on Reaper is not as good But there's like stuff on Reaper you can do to make things go faster. And I'm still attached to that old program that was very limited. So like I'm like still learning this, you know. Okay. And sometimes I'd go like on a education session too. Like, okay, it's time to learn more about music production today. Or okay, I need to learn more about this instrument I'm writing for today because I'm thinking about using it for a song or something. So, yeah, make sure to educate yourself too. Like, learn how to educate yourself. And that can apply to anything, you know. If you know how to educate yourself, then, like, you're going to be great at whatever you do. Because no one can stop you from learning. It's such a teacher thing for me to say. No one can stop you from learning. It's true, though. No one can. Okay. And that goes the same for music school, you know. They're going to teach you what they want you to know, but they can't stop you from learning whatever you want. Okay. That was tedious stuff, so I gave you all some philosophy. What I was doing was I was putting take 3 on top of everything, and if take 3 has a problem, I just peel it back and see if the other takes did better. That's what I was setting this up for. So it is like user friendly. It's not like I'm complaining about Reaper. Like, it's actually good. I just forgot this option was available. It kind of slowed it down, but I need to learn. So I made sure I did it.
No, I can't explain this, nor can I.
Oh, we're in trouble. Is it playing all of them at once? That's not good. Okay, maybe Reaper does have a problem.
Explain this, nor can I explain what I.
Yeah, it's playing all of them at once. Okay. So that's a problem. Let's see. I'm just gonna peel these back and just delete them. Can I do that? Yeah. Oh, okay. I deleted them everywhere. Perhaps. Yeah, I did. Sweet. Okay.
No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. Or we're sitting in a long car ride, drowning out the world now. It's just you and I.
So here.
Long car ride, drowning out the world now. It's just you and I.
Let me see. Let me see if I could do something. So, honestly, this doesn't bother me. And I might just like say, is this ain't worth it to fix this problem? Like, it doesn't really bother me that much.
We're sitting in a long car ride, drowning out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed your.
So this is something cool. If
Have you ever.
so, I'm kind of like, I like the tone of it, but the pitch is like tiny bit off.
Have you ever known.
And it's here. Just a tiny bit off. So this will save you so much time in the studio, like if you know like these tricks. Instead of getting your singer to come back, you can do this. It's like, hey, come back. You sang one part flat, just one part. It has to be perfect. Or is it sharp? Let me see. I forgot.
Have you ever known.
Okay, now it's sounding fine.
Have you ever known.
Yeah, Yeah, it sounds fine now.
Have you ever
Okay, now it
known
sounds perfect. Okay, it was sharp a
the
little.
same? Have you ever known?
But what's going on here? Let me see. Oops. So like.
Have you ever known?
Oh no, it's not. Okay.
You're more than just your name.
Okay, the other takes are back. And this is the part I wanted a different take. And I think it was the middle one that was.
Your name.
I think it was the middle one. Let me see. Yeah, that wasn't a cool move.
Your name.
Okay,
Don't.
there you go. Don't be afraid. One of them singing with like a lot of energy there. Yeah, I'm like, no, no. No way. Okay. All that's good. Your name.
Your name.
Yeah, a little less of the mouse click.
Your name.
Cool.
Be afraid.
I think I liked this main take here, so let's see if I do.
Don't be afraid of a little boredom where you're never lonely.
Am I flipping the page here? I gotta flip the page so loud.
Where you're
Oh no, I'm breathing. You're not supposed to hear your breathing voice. So, something fun. You wanna know an inside thing? Singers will criticize each other based like they don't know that it's wrong, but they'll do this. Because I've been around all kinds of musicians. I hear them talk smack about each other. Like they're listening to a recording of the singer, and they hear the singer breathe, like, and they're like, "Oh, you're supposed to keep that more silent." But what they don't realize is that in audio we have to normalize, or we normalize sometimes. So when you normalize, it makes the breath come out louder, and the singer may be holding that in, but the noise or the normalizer is picking it up and bringing it out, and the audio engineer didn't edit it out, like what I'm about to do. Like, yeah, it's interesting. But they'll criticize like pop singers because of that. Like, oh, they're not a good singer because you can hear their breaths, but it's a normalizer just picking it up, and the audio engineer doesn't know that that's a common criticism, so he just leaves it in because he thinks it sounds cool. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Pocket Masters in the chat. Yeah, we haven't played this one in a while. We played this one, recorded it, and then like I got married and things went crazy from there. So this song kind of got forgotten because I made like songs just for my wedding. And yeah, so that took like a lot of work. So this one was like the one we made.
Where you're never lonely.
Yeah, that take sounds good.
Where you're never lonely.
I like that. I sound like a different person. Nice. I'm gonna listen to this verse again, and then we'll take a look at this other part over here. It looks like stuff may be going down. Kind of taking what we know so far.
No, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. We're sitting in a long car ride, driving out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid of a little boredom where you're never lonely.
yeah, so if the singing throws you off, like what I'm going for is someone like going really close to you and like saying, hey, like dropping like this bombshell news to you. So like it has to have a little bit of weakness to it, you know? Like just a little bit of weakness to it. And it can't sound too confront confrontational. Like some of the first takes sounded a little too confrontational. Like it needs to be very like kind of sneaky in a way. I'm just gonna take away these silences here just to kind of lower like the feedback if there's any. There shouldn't be like much, but you know, every bit helps. Something's here, right? Let me see.
Hey.
It's like my throat click. Let's get rid of that. See, the normalizer picks up everything. That little sound was probably super quiet.
We're sitting in a long car ride, drowning out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid of a little boredom where you're never lonely.
Let's take a look here. I wanted piano in left ear there. Sorry.
Let's sit in silence.
Okay, cool. The mix sounds pretty good actually with the instruments. There's not much I have to change because the real interesting stuff with the instruments happens when there is no vocals. So it's kind of like already mixed in a way. I might just make like light adjustments, which is pretty cool. Since mixing's in the title of this video, I'll just explain how I mixed it. I don't think this guitar take has anything on it, so I should delete the track, but I kind of don't want to just in case. It looks like I could delete it. I'll delete it. Yeah, so this is guitar like officially here. It's not a take anymore. Just some more of that. But yeah, so guitar is kind of the way I think of it is kind of like a stage. Like you're looking at. There's different ways to mix, at least in my opinion. Like my three methods, the way I think about it. Like, where are you? Where is the band? That's kind of how I feel about it. And you can get very simple and normal with that. Like, okay, drummer there, bass there, guitar there, singer there. So you put, you know, bass a little bit to the left, drums, you know, center or whatever. But you can think of it that way. The way I think of it is like the music's around you, and you know, the drummer's not there. The bass drum might be, you know, but Tom 1's like right here, Tom 2 right there on your right, and floor tom, it's like you're in the drummer's chair. And I always like that way of mixing drums. Like you're in the drummer's chair, like hearing it how he hears it. You know, how he hears the music. Like you're playing the drums, you know. That's how I mix drums, because that's a perspective you can't really hear live. and the strings are to your left and right, and little stuff like this. There's a glockenspiel in the song. I think it comes out like briefly, and it's all the way on the right, just off to the side. So that's how you think about it. Oboe has like a solo, so it's like center, right in front of you. The only thing that's really in your face is the oboe. The vocals is in the center as well. I guess in this scenario, the vocalist grabs the oboe. you know, it's pretty cool. It's a cool way to mix. I tend to put bass in the center too, but like because bass plays such low notes, so it's like kind of in the back, no matter where it's gonna be because of the pitched notes it plays. So that's a little bit of how I mix. Different people have different ways. I'm sure some people say their way is the best way, but there is no best. It's just what whatever you want, really. Ooh. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like hearing it like that, rather than like copying someone else's style and then just like not thinking about it. Which is fine too, but I wanna make it my own. Okay. I'm gonna just peel these back like an apple. Or orange. I wanna hear these take.
Let's sit in silence, drown out distortions. Let me hear who we are. Let's clean up.
Those takes are good. Or those, that take is good there. Oh man, what's happened? What's happened? Okay, looks like something strange happened on the one here.
Let's clean up the mess.
It's like, what did I do? I peeled it back. That's what I did. Okay, they're all here. And the red is over here in front of them. Okay. It's just these, right? Yeah, okay. That might not be the one I need. Yeah, there it is.
Let's clean up the mess in your head. Shovel the doubting red. Cover up her scars.
Yeah, I'm starting to think. Yeah, I mean, I used take two once, so we'll keep doing this. I'm like, do I need to do this anymore? Because take three just sounds way better than these two. There's not really a part where take three sounds like notably bad, or something happens that I can't edit out.
Have you ever noticed you call me by a name?
Yeah, like I want that sound. Okay, so oh mercy. Let's see, I'll just delete all this. I think. Yeah. And then just because
you call me by a name. Have you ever noticed we're nowhere we aim? Have you ever noticed your sorrow?
nice. It's like the singing is kind of still whispering too. I'm sure these other takes brought it out. Like I know they did, but take three I held back because it's still calm. It's not a bombastic person, It's a calm person. Yeah, so there's like all the other takes are kind of wrong. Let me see if there's, before I go and delete them, let me make sure. What is this? What's happening here? Oh, it's just that? Oh my goodness. Okay. How did that happen? That really confused me. Okay. I peel that back. Peel that. And then peel that. Then the front. You're gonna bring that up.
Your sorrow in the same. Do you accept?
Oh, it's off. Okay. I don't know what happened, but we'll just take that out. It was out of sync. That was weird. Okay.
Sorrow is pain. Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe me? We are who we are.
Yeah, who we are. Yeah, I like that. That's fine.
Do you believe me? We are who we are.
Neat. Okay. So, yeah, that works. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I only used one other take somewhere. Everything else was just take 3. Because, like, that's the way I wanted it. And I just, like, did a whole take just like that. Like, that's just how I work.
Let's sit in silence, drown out distortions. Let me hear who we are. Let's clean up the mess in your head, shovel the doubting red, cover up our scars. Have you ever noticed?
Okay, so I think the vocals is in a good spot. There is one tedious thing I have to do, and that's go in between each time the vocals come up. Each time the vocal sings. So what a normalizer will do, because I want to capture the voice as intimately as possible, whenever there's no singing, it's going to pick up just sounds my throat makes, you know? Or, you know, something falling in the background or something. So, like, it really picks up, like right here, its sensitivity is like it's really amplifying this and trying to find a sound, you know?
Drown out distortions.
So yeah, that's what I gotta do. And I gotta make sure I don't cut off anything. If you zoom in close enough, you can see there's stuff. There's a little bit of stuff. And with a quiet song like this, like, honestly, when I come to think about it, it doesn't really bother me all that much, because, like, if you're in a room listening to a song, you're gonna hear stuff that's not the music, and it kind of adds to it, like where they recorded and stuff. But, you know, that's just something I go back and forth on, I guess. Because I feel like sometimes I don't do this, depending on the song. Like if it's a quick cover or something. Like I don't do this part.
Let's clean up the mess in your head, shovel the doubting red, cover up our scars.
Yeah. Okay. This might be a long night.
You call me by a name. Have you ever noticed?
So,
Have you
yeah, there's me. Look at my lips here. Like a disgusting person. But, you know, the normalizer brings that out, like, big time.
Have you ever?
So I could take that, alright.
Have you ever noticed we're nowhere we aim? Have you
here
It's pain.
is pain. I just want to move this up a little bit.
It's pain.
Or is it other way?
Your sorrow. It's pain. Have you
Not that much. See, it's very like small.
your sorrow. It's pain.
Maybe.
Your sorrow. It's pain.
Sorry for this depressing lyric over and over, but
Your sorrow. It's pain.
there it is. I think I'm gonna go back and forth on that. I need to hear it like back here.
Have you ever noticed we're nowhere we aim? Have you ever noticed your sorrow is pain? Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe we are who
Got lost in the song. I was thinking of the music video. I'm like, oh, it's coming to me. Okay. Which is cool because this song and like everything we make that's gonna come out is gonna like really tell you like who we are, you know?
we're nowhere we aim? Have you ever noticed your sorrow is pain? Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe we are who we are?
Okay. I'm not gonna take out these spaces because I kind of like the breathing. I kind of like it. It's very you're there, you know. Like yeah, you're there and some you know, it's not like cuz like music can get I guess like if you listen to like the industry top 100 or whatever, like you're going to get this sound that's just like so perfect that it's almost like fake, you know. And like it's not the composition's fault and it's not the artist's fault. It's just the way that's the way like the music industry shifted towards audio engineering. And it's like everything is so perfect, everything's bright, everything's loud, and make sure like they're the loudest people. Like you can't get as loud as they can, you know. They make sure uh, independent people can't get as loud as they can. That's called the loudness wars. You can look it up. But yeah, like just may have your own philosophy on things. And you know, if you want to play just like somebody, then listen to a lot of their music. But you still got to find yourself, you know. Okay, that was, that was fun to hear. But yeah, try to find yourself. That's what this is all about. Your influences should be a surprise, you know, like, oh, I picked that up from them. I had no idea. Like, it should be a surprise. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to take this and... Like, it has to be a surprise. Like, you came to that conclusion yourself. And that's what I hear in this song in regards to, like, Shino Ringo. Like, oh, yeah. She does use accordion a lot. She always uses, like, strange instruments. Like, just extra. Which is what this song does, too. And... you know, she probably hires a real oboist. But, you know, I'm not. And it's just kind of something similar. We also like to use the minor fourth a lot. And it's when, like, sometimes people say, "Oh, your music sounds like Radiohead" to me. It's because they use the minor fourth in the major scale. She does that too. She's a big Radiohead fan. She covered like one of their songs, I think. So she clearly likes them, and that's what kind of connects those three dots is the minor four chord. So if you're in the key of C major, hit a F minor, and it's gonna sound pretty beautiful. And the major third too, the E major. Music theory. What's going on with the piano? Is the piano edited? It looks like it doesn't look that crazy. Alright, I'm gonna like kind of look at each of these instruments. The main concern I have is the oboe too loud, is my vocals too loud. Like that's the two main concerns. It's very easy to mess those two, like mess up melody and audio. At least for me. Maybe not so much other people. You can hear us talking. I don't know what we're saying. What is that? Is that Chris's? It must be the drums. Let me see. So Anthony's saying something. I wonder what it is. He said something about drinking water at night. We always talk like nonstop. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we should stream our stuff, like our rehearsals and our even when we record because we're talking nonstop. It's like a podcast, and that's kind of cool. So you'll hopefully see more of them in streams and stuff, and of course like all the projects. You'll see them too. I'm gonna take away this guitar. I want the song to start here. I might just keep that in. It's kind of cool. Okay, so this is when we get really annoying with this kind of stuff. I've seen, especially go to like local people, they won't like do stuff like this. Some people will, but I don't know. Lately, I've been kind of like, I think most people who work like at guitar stores, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think the art is kind of dying, like locally, like on a local level. Like, I can't find people who really know like about guitar and like guitar maintenance and stuff. Like, that's kind of disappearing. And like I knew a few guys I would take the guitars to. Like I took my Telecaster to somebody that I heard good things about, and he didn't fix it. You know, he had all these years experience, and like I told him I had this very distinct problem with the intonation. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I could fix that." And he's like, "Oh, it's fixed." And it was exactly the same. So I ended up fixing it myself. But yeah, it's like I didn't like complain or anything. It was just like he probably couldn't fix it and doesn't want to tell me he can't fix it, but or like he's like hoping I won't notice that it's not fixed because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm like it's not fixed. But it did look like he did work on it. He did stuff to it. I think I got him to push a bridge down, so at least he did that. So with that said, here's guitar. I'm gonna bring this up. Guitar's kind of on the right ear, so that's what ear I'm gonna be listening for. This fade in. Kind of like it. So if you listen very closely to this when this comes in. I kind of like that. Like it's kind of like, but just very like subtle. I don't think there's any feedback in the strings, but Just want all the instruments to come in here. So this was, oop, you don't want to move your instruments. It's the last thing you want. Actually, strings can come in like a little bit here. So now you're getting ready for the start of the performance. So like in some of these takes, it's us moving around or me getting ready, or like for the keyboards. Keyboards, not really. You're not gonna find any of that because it's direct, the way we record. But still, sometimes I bump the keyboard. You know, I'm getting a drink or something, and I hit a key. So I just make sure to do that. Bass, definitely want to do it. Drums, definitely want to do it because Anthony's recording. So we're always chatting. Sometimes he'll make a joke right before he starts to play. So I should take all those jokes and like make a remix. 'Cause I have them all. I just gotta normalize them like crazy, and then we'll have like a remix one. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so it's all starting now. Oh, this is with our old drum mics, okay? Because I'm like, it looks like the click is coming out there.
Oh, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am, but everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. Oh, we're sitting in a long car ride, driving out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid of a little boredom where you're never lonely.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm listening to just the drums and the drums perspective. If there's anything I want to change, if there's anything I want to bring up, if the volume's good, as you can see, I'm kind of messing around with bass drum and snare drum. So I'm listening to the song like from a drummer, or from a like emphasis on I'm gonna mix these drums. That's my goal listening. Cause yeah, you can get caught in like a loop if you're not careful. So my main issue is I want to bring the snare up on the verses because it's hitting rim, but in this opening it's smacking the hell out of the the drum head volume. So I'm gonna have to like kind of change it around. I was accidentally messing with the bass.
Oh, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am, but everything I am
man, that's a good bass part. Something you might notice, I'm making bass a little too loud on purpose. It's because in the mastering process, um, like our mastering, the way we do it, kind of does stuff to the bass guitar. Not how, not sure why. Mastering is still something I'm trying to like get better at as well. Um, but we've kind of combined like knowledge Chris has learned from someone else that we listen to his music and we like his music a lot. Um, and Chris asked him, "Hey, how do you master?" And he's like, "Oh, it's extremely complicated. And here's this like old paper from an old website from like 2000 something, and it's like here's a quick way to learn or a quick way to do it." And we have I think more updated versions of those processes, but it's like it comes from that. Like it's still kind of the same thing, just with updated what do you call those? Like FX things, you know. So it's pretty cool. Pretty neat story to how we master. I don't know if I need to bring the snare drum up.
I can't explain it.
Because you can hear that click pretty good.
Oh, I can't explain this, nor can I explain what I am. But everything I am relates to you. I'm in your head, longing, awaiting line. Oh, we're sitting in a long car ride, driving out the world now. Driving out the world now. It's just you and I. Have you ever noticed your world stays the same? Have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid of a little boredom where you're never lonely.
So this is when bossa nova gets freaking weird to mix and master. So option here. Kind of like the toms that quiet. I think that's kind of what he's going for. Let's sit in silence, drown out distortions. Okay. See, this part's really pretty neat. Let me start it. So I don't want the oboe to be too loud, but I think I'm gonna have to like go in because it's not a real oboe, it's a MIDI oboe that I hand played because I wanted to phrase it, but I didn't phrase it well. So I could do this. I'm gonna make this phrase with the drums. Okay. So I want the oboe to crescendo here more. It kind of is, but more so. Just a bigger crescendo. But then get back down, after that. So that's something cool the oboe does. Like it gets louder, 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 and then kind of psychs you out there. Okay, we kind of have a problem. Let's see. Okay, what does that sound? That's the guitar amp. It usually is. Let's see. So the guitar's already like fading out, but we want its feedback to fade out too. So we have to do a audio one as well. Take envelope, volume. So we want not just the note of the guitar to fade out, we want the amp of the guitar to fade out too. I think that's what's happening. There we go. What is that noise? That's funny. This part here, what I'm doing, is like the end of the concert, And the way I've been hardwired by music school, you end the concert, you freeze. You freeze. You don't do anything until the conductor releases you. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm still kind of like that with this stuff. Like, why do I hear some random noise? If it's the strings, I'm gonna be scared. It's probably the drums. Let's see what's happening with the drums. What is that sound? I told him, like, his drum set, Anthony's drum set is haunted. And, like, I'm serious. It's bass. Is it bass? Let me see. That weird sound is bass? Well, then your bass guitar is haunted. Oh my goodness, you're right. It is bass. What's wrong with your bass? Why does it do that? What's wrong with your bass? That's creepy. Alright, so I gotta make the bass fade in. Because the bass, oh dude, I have no clue if you even, um, added stuff to your bass. Active pickup TRB5. Unactivate. Just kidding. No, I mean that's just every instrument. Even the keyboard has a little bit, like even the keyboard has like a tiny bit. Like it's super small and barely noticeable. I don't bother to. I mean, sometimes I guess I kind of do, like, cause like the keyboard can echo like for a long time. Like if we were to put all the sensitivities up, like you would still hear the echo of the strings pretty far out. That's why I leave some of it, even though like it's barely audible. Okay, I just want to hear the last few notes. Start at measure 37. Okay, so we gotta get a. I forgot about the drum set. I'm like, wait, there's definitely gonna be stuff. Okay. So the cymbal ring, he cuts it off. And then it, like right here is good. Because the drums, I think, have the most feedback. Because it's multiple instruments. Let's see that again. Yeah, it's like right here. Okay. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room here. Oops. I'm also gonna like turn my headphones up a bit. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That part's scary, because if you mess up on that, it's very noticeable. But that's another good way to think about mixing, and like if you come from like a music background, think about it as one big rehearsal. You know, like if you're a musician editing and mixing, think of it as like a big rehearsal. Everyone shows up. You're trying to get the perfect take, or the perfect performance, you know. And everyone has ideas. It's like, okay, record them instead of all of us like deciding as a band for each little idea. It's like, no, let's just record all our ideas and pick which take. You know, they leave that up to me, like which take you want. Chris, I leave that up to him because, you know, he knows his shit. But yeah, that's how we kind of do it. We don't like argue, should this be here? Sometimes we do. Like sometimes Anthony would be like, hey, let's add this entirely. Let's add this part where we all just go do this rhythm all together, and like that stuff's pretty cool too. Like sometimes that happens. Okay, I think this song is done for today. We're gonna listen to it one more time, kind of play around with volumes. I usually like kind of do like 2 sessions of mixing now that everything's kind of cleaned up with this song, because it was kind of dirty when we came. Like guitar was not called guitar and stuff, and plus all these volume things too. We're not gonna move it back. We're gonna keep it where it's at because I want everything to stay perfectly in that spot. When we export it, it'll be like just there. But I want to listen to it like starting here, 'cause this will probably be where the track starts.
say, have you ever noticed you're more than just your name? Don't be afraid, but little boredom where you're never lonely.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get to the
Your name, don't be afraid, but little boredom where you're.
there's like a sound here. Let's see. It's like, what is that? Let's go down the line. It might be that guitar.
Where you're.
It sounds like a page flip though. Could it be the accordion? No. Wait. Oh, accordion's not even playing the piano.
Wait.
What is that? This is drums. I can't do anything about it. Oh no, okay, it's not the drums. Bass? Could be the bass. It is the bass. It's the bass. Sounds like a page. Sounds like a book. I don't know. That's weird. Is it? It's combining with something to sound like a book. Kind of like it. I mean, the whole theme of this song is like, because this is a part of a different series. I don't know what to call it yet, but basically, you look into a notebook and you get poems, you get music, and you get mostly music, but it'll be like some other stuff sprinkled into. And that's probably gonna come out before Dream Crack, because those songs are designed to be like just one and done. Like they don't connect to anything really. They're kind of self-contained, I guess. Self-contained in like their message and what they mean and stuff. So that's the style of these songs, which is pretty cool. I mean, this is basically how we wrote music before. But you know, it's getting just more deeper and deeper into not social issues, but just like being a song about something, you know. Because, and like something I feel strong about too, or something I like that's personal, or something interesting too. Like the song is not really that serious, because it's really, you know, boredom, like talking to yourself. You're waiting in line. What do? You just start thinking about stuff, and technically kind of in a way talking to yourself in your head, just here in your head. And yeah, I've done that a lot since I was a kid. And it's like kind of like I've done it so much, it's kind of like a part of me, you know. Like just staying in my own world. Which is crazy now, you know, I'm a social person, but yeah. I think we stop like I need to hear this oboe solo again before we decide to move on. do the strings have anything here? Oh, the glockenspiel.
Have you ever?
Let's see if we can make that. I think it's fine, actually. That volume.
Yeah,
that volume.
Have you ever noticed you call me by a name? Have you ever noticed we're nowhere we aim? Have you ever noticed your sorrow? It's pain. Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe me? We are who we are.
Okay, I think this is gonna turn out pretty good. I already have the video planned in my head, and like it's just starting to take shape. Like it's gonna be very simple and easy to make, but like creative, Like it's gonna be pretty cool. Cause I've been doing lots of studying on new ways of making videos and stuff that I feel like hasn't been explored. Kind of what I do on my free time. I'm just sitting waiting for someone to tell me what to do. I just look at my phone and start reading how to get better at all this stuff. Because it's fun, It's like what I like to do. Just to amuse myself sometimes. Like I think this song was kind of to challenge myself too. Like, can you write a convincing oboe solo? How convincing can you make it? It's kind of like a challenge, and I think it sounds pretty nice.
Let's sing in silence. Drown out.
Cause I put like breaths. Yeah, like I put a breath there, even though I don't have to breathe. And here, right there. I didn't like breathe into the mic, but like I put a little space in the note. Little touches like that. I still think this part's kind of hard to do, breathing, but that's how you make convincing woodwind part when you're writing for samples. Like a real woodwind wouldn't play forever and ever. They would have to breathe, so you have to put in like little spaces. That's just the reality of those instruments. So whenever you hear like a synthetic horn and it's playing for like 10 hours, it's inaccurate. Like it's no longer a trumpet, it's something else. Unless like you have a really good trumpet player who's known for that kind of thing. Okay, we're good with this song for now. I think since it's like a quicker project, I'm not gonna like dwell too much on the mixing process. I'm gonna like show it to Chris and Anthony, get them to have a second set of ears, see if there's anything I need to change. Chris is usually cool with everything. Anthony will sometimes have some suggestions on like stuff I missed, with drums or even like the other instruments. He'll be like, "Oh, turn one of your keyboards up or something," or he might say turn the strings higher on some parts, which I think I'll disagree with him on, but because I like how they're in like the background. They're kind of like an extension of the piano. So I think the strings are fine. What is this? Strings high. What could that be? Here? Oh, okay. Okay, it's exactly where the strings are.
Your sorrow, it's pain.
Okay.
Ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me?
Okay, I needed to make that higher.
Have you ever noticed your sorrow? It's pain. Have you ever noticed we're one in the same? Do you accept me? Do you believe me? We are who we are.
Okay.
Have you?
Oops. Okay. So I think I'm good with that. I turned these strings. These are like higher strings. They need to be next to these and not placed in the right spot. They only come out at the end, so I made them a little higher to kind of like balance it out. To make sure like there's strings present there, because that's the only time you should like hear them, I think. And some people will disagree with that. They'll say like pads should be like beneath everything, because that's how they see that instrument, as pads. I'm like, oh no, this is strings. Like, if I want to use a pad, I'll use a pad. But these are strings. Like, they're not real strings, but they're familiar strings like that have been used in like movies and stuff. Like, they're not throwback strings. They're not. They sound nice. Um, and I think Dream Theater for a while. I think they used it was Dave Matthews Band. They used my keyboard for a little bit. The keyboard I play on is really Chris's. When do we think about it? Okay. Yeah. So like it has pretty good samples that I've never felt I needed to upgrade. Every time like I look for a sample pack online thinking they will be like way better than the ones I have access to, they usually sound worse, you know. So yeah, but I'm sure there's good ones out there. I know there's like a jazz one that's really good, but still sounds synthetic to me. Technology's not there yet. I think it's just everyone's obsessed with perfection, and perfection doesn't sound like very good. If you want to listen to perfection, sample all your instruments, get a Vocaloid, and like they're not gonna have any problems. You can manipulate whatever they do. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so we have another assignment today, but that's enough of Inner Cafe. Inner Cafe. Yeah, I wrote that a long time ago. This other one I have here, let me see which one's on your screen. Yeah, this is Dissociate. I think I did a video of myself writing this. It's kind of like we have here. Like, it was a video of just me doing this. It wasn't streaming, though. I love the airflow resonance variation stuff, if that's what you're calling it. Airflow resonance variation stuff. I don't know what that means. Airflow variation. Hang on, let me digest that. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's cool too. Like, I think of it in both ways, as like, instruments in front of me that I'm hearing. Like, I kind of imagine myself, I'm standing in front of all these instruments and it's all coming at me. Like, you have to like visualize it like that, I think. Like, if you do, then you'll have an idea of where to start. 'Cause some people are like, man, there's all these techniques, I don't know where to start. And then there's some people like me who say it's just all up to you. What do I do? But yeah, that's the first step, is imagine you're in front of all those instruments and put them around you and see where you like them. But yeah, so this one is timpani which are gonna be synthetic because I do not have access to real timpani. But yeah, this is like the Ringo in me, like use strange instruments. Like that's like totally Ringo influence there. Cause like why use timpani, you know? Because timpani sound weird. Oh, like head, chest. Oh, you're talking about vocals. It's like a song I listen to while drinking coffee. Yeah. Did I write that song? I think I was drinking coffee while I wrote that song. So that's probably why it's called Inner Cafe. Like the head, chest, voice. Oh, you're right. That's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the pads. I thought you were taking that and applying it to audio engineering. Yeah, yeah, totally, totally. It's all about finding tones, you know? Sometimes a tone you're gonna find that you sound good in, like, isn't like taught anywhere. And you kind of have to just look at singers who do like what you're looking for, I guess. Depending on like how you want to sing. But I think everyone should find their own voice. Like there's a lot of people who mimic and like that's fine, you know. But like I think everyone should use their real voice and like just go with it. And like change the tone and you know, do stuff like that. Like but like not try to copy others, I guess. But, you know, most singers have their own voice. Like Bruno Mars, like he sings like himself, you know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But that's where I'm getting at. Like I love unique singers. All right, we're going to see if this one's ready to give to the band. Because from what I remember, I finished the song. I don't know, I didn't see that video. I wonder when that video was uploaded. But it's like one of the first songs in this notebook. It's like right after Crappy Christmas. Do some karaoke. Speaking of singing, I gotta figure out my tones for this song.
Turn out the candles, turn off the lights. I'll keep my wishes to myself. No need to pass to you anyway. Giving up my immature dreams, giving up my own beliefs. Don't worry, I'll smile at you anyway.
I think it sounds better softer.
You're relieved. Say what you will, but there's no way you're changing my mind. I'm relieved.
Probably be like some kind of voice effect there.
What you will, but there's no way you're changing my mind. Another week and you're not talkative, and some days you're just never there. Wonder when we won't meet up today.
powerful bellow. Sandwich. Maybe. Depends. It gets pretty heavy here. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So that's why I didn't get big earlier. So there was a part where like kind of teased getting bigger, but then it didn't. And then at the end it was like, oh, we're getting big. I have to put bump rest. Because I'm planning to have like the sound of everything cut off onto. That includes like the cymbal, so I get him to choke it. Like you'll still hear the choke, but everyone else will be just like cut off. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool effect. Maybe the choke will get cut off. I don't know. Maybe I'll get creative. These songs are meant for pure experimentation. And these are the ones I'm on for the reason I made kind of an error on my part. So I like to think about things way in advance when it comes to like this stuff, because balancing this in your life is kind of tricky, you know. But it's possible. Like it's very possible. Like you can do it, you know. But like there's something that needs to be done like soon for Dreamcrack in order for it to be uploaded in the time I want it to be. But I gave it to Chris like way too late. Like I did the drawings of those characters, like I need those to upload Dreamcrack, but I barely gave him like what to draw. So it'll take a while for him to finish that. So Dreamcrack is it's being worked on, but like one of the things it needs for like the first video is gonna take a while. So in the meantime, I'll get the band to work on this while Chris works on those drawings at his own pace, I'm not gonna say hurry up and get it done. When me and Chris used to work together, I did do that to him once, so kind of like. But now I'm like, no, he works better at his own pace. That's how we did the other cartoon. He works really good at his own pace. I don't need to do anything. I just have to think of what I need to do, because he's as passionate about this as I am. I told him like, we gotta get on stream and write some songs together so they could see that. So personally, is Dissociate done with drums? I think the drum part is pretty good. Ooh. Good luck, man. I didn't mean to write that like a hard part. He could do that. He has a double bass. He could do that. Why am I complaining? Oh yeah, we want to get out of score mode, just be on regular mode. Something I made a mistake last time. I actually recorded some of the rehearsal. I might show it off in this stream or something. But one of the things I didn't do, like when I gave him a drum part, I didn't like know it was gonna be like 4 pages, so I'm gonna make it smaller. I don't know if he prefers one or the other. Like if he prefers big print or if he prefers like just having less pages. I prefer having less pages. So like I think about it from that, but I could be wrong. Maybe I should ask him. But like I just put it like to 90, kind of lower it. Oh, it's still like just lower it by 1 page. Like if it gets to 50, then yeah, maybe not. But yeah, like see, like 3 pages is fine. Because like we're really planning on just reading this music, playing it, like recording it, like, because they're not like our other songs where each part is like really thought out. Like, everything in this song is pretty much set in stone. He can add stuff if he wants, and I'll likely accept it. Like he might do a different fill here. That's fine. I don't even know what I write. Sometimes he mostly does what I write though. But he might do a different fill because he's the only one playing there, so he can do whatever he wants. Just stuff like that, like little hidden I guess little hidden things that we know each other like we know without saying it. Like, oh yeah, you can change whatever. I think because with Dream Crack, like he had to play that to a T, but this is a little more freeing. Like he's probably gonna do like a fill here. That's fine. Like as long as he does that. Like he's gonna get the snare hits exactly like they are, and yeah, it's just little things he'll change. And that's fine. You know, that's part of the process. And as a composer, you have to let them. You have to let them do that. Like your drummer has an idea, and you're just like, oh no, it's not what I wrote. Like you have to. Oh, he has an idea. Hear him out. One, he's coming up with it. Two, he's playing it, and like it's gonna sound good coming from him because he is him. You know, it's not another composer suggesting you change it. It's the drummer. Yeah, like another composer comes in and say, "Hey, I think you should do this and this," and you know, maybe that's a little different. If a drummer's telling you about a drum part, then you listen. That's my philosophy on that. If I was writing a part for violin and the violinist thought something else would work better, I would listen to them. Cause yeah, no one is a perfect composer. Okay, there is this song. This song I believe is not done, so we might do the rest of our time with this one. Dissociate, the last song, was pretty much about. Oh yeah, I needed to like double check the lyrics. I think the lyrics are okay. I mean, it's just about tuning off or turning off your worries, you know, but not in a good way. And like coming out of the shell, but like today I'm staying in my shell. Like that's what Dissociate's about. Which, again, I might change the name of the song because it's kind of. It started out like about that, but then it turned into like something else, like a little more detailed, I guess. Like this guy is planning to get out of his shell, but he wants to stay in the shell a little bit longer, you know, which is, I guess, relatable to me, what I go through. Yeah. And, you know, I am getting out of my shell, especially, like, in music, for sure. Okay. So this is Dysmorphia. I think I showed this to them today. I've showed this on stream before too. We are listening to it again. Ooh, that's all I wrote. Okay. pretty neat. So I wrote the whole lyrics, so that means I did lead sheet first for this song, which I have in my hands, written down in a notebook. So this song, I wrote this song at a time I was leaving a job, where I made a lot of friends with a lot of students. You know, like, cause like when I teach kids, they kind of like it's friendly. You know, I'm never like I am kind of authoritative, like do this and do this and do this and you'll get better. Yeah, I explain it like why you have to do it. You know, and they appreciate that. Like when you tell them why they have to do their math homework, or why they have to practice their chords, or why they have to practice their scales, like they like that's how you do it. Like you just don't say, "Oh, practice your scales." Why? Because I tell you to. Like you explain why. Like because songs have passages where you do scale runs so you can know them music theory wise. All about the why. So we're gonna continue writing this. But yeah, they were my friends. And in the chorus, it's basically a goodbye letter to them. Like, you know, maybe I'll hear your music again, or music somewhere, you know, because those students I taught, they became really good, and I had some of them for like years. And some were like singing and playing, some were writing their own music, some were doing what I'm doing, you know, maybe not composing in depth, but like lead sheet and singing and writing their own lyrics, and like some of them were doing it. And some, like one, was getting into the producing side of it, which I was just teaching them what I knew. They were main focus was piano, but you know, we still get into everything I know. So I don't, you know, I think I even showed them guitar and stuff. But yeah, like it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, the chorus was a goodbye to those students, which is long overdue. It's not like I'm gonna give this to them or anything. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think after that time, lots of things were changing in my life, and you know, I felt like, who am I? You know, what am I doing on this world? This is that song that I wrote at that time. It's pretty cool. I don't feel like this anymore, but at that time I did. But there's a monster in my mirror. And I think the chorus, I heard it somewhere walking on the street, and I got so sad. But like, it was like slower and kind of, it's like you can't really write original stuff, you know, and like it's always somewhere, you know. It's just a fraction of it, or like 3/4 of it is in this other song, just the melody. Yeah, that happens. I don't even know the name of that song. That's kind of the sad part. I don't know. That's kind of why I've been like holding off on this song. Like, well, someone else found the melody that I found. Should I keep writing, or should I just do something else? But I decided to keep writing because I think my song is different, like enough. Like the whole vibe and the whole lyrics are completely different than that song. Whatever it is. But yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. This verse might just see. Another week. Oh wait, that's the other song. I was like, what? Verse, but there's a mouse screeching. This job's good. So I'm gonna copy and paste this part, but it's not gonna repeat exactly like what this part is doing. We're gonna change like a little bit of stuff. So something I like to do with verse 2, because I should label this stuff. So this is our intro. Not labeling things. That's how you know like the song is not done. So intro. And then this is the verse 1. verse 1 goes on like pretty long. Dun, dun. That's the first chorus. All this is verse 1. Oh yeah, because what's happening is the main character of the song is looking in a mirror and he sees a monster. So he sings one line to the monster and the monster sings it back to him. So that's what's happening here. That's why verse 1 is so long. But verse 2 I don't think is that long. Let me see. Goodness, so in my lead sheet I just wrote insert a bunch of commercials during this chord progression, so I don't know what I'm going for. This is the past, Josh. There's also a drum solo in this song, apparently. I thought we were just gonna get into Syrie. I'm just gonna make him make up the drum solo. I'm not gonna write one. We're gonna copy up to 32 and then see where we go with there, because I think that's oh, maybe it's just the 24. Yeah, it is. So verse 2 is like extremely strange. Okay. So remember, these songs are for experimentation, so this is where things are gonna get like pretty experimental. This part, because I just wrote scribbles. Like when I write scribbles, it's like a communication to my future self. Like think outside the box and put strange things in there, which might not be everyone's cup of tea, but you gotta try it because no one else will. Let's see. Let me make sure that lines up. So it could start here. There's a monster in. So I just had this crazy flashback that I'll share on here. So I'm reading this chorus, and it's like, dear friends, I'm changing blindly, and though I've made you happy, it's time I say goodbye. Smile and stop all of our crying. Cross your fingers. The day we'll meet again. And it made me think about a student I had to say goodbye to, and she like she was always like kind of sarcastic, you know, she's kind of like a teenager. And she's like always sarcastic and like cynical, you know, but like always like, why am I here? You know, her parents just stuck her in there. She's just learning. She got good though, but and I remember when I told her, I thought like, oh, she's gonna make like some joke, but like she turned and then tears started hitting the ground. I was like, oh my god, this poor kid. But yeah, that's kind of sad. So I think that's kind of where the chorus comes from, like that experience, because you know, though it's sad, like it's kind of a beautiful moment where it's like, oh man, I meant something to this kid. Like our piano class was nice in their life, and they're losing it, and it's sad for them. Like it's a good feeling, you know, like I mattered. I mattered to somebody, which is cool, you know. Oh, why did I put the text? It should have been a marker. Oops. But yeah, like that was a good time. First two. So the song is really making me think about that. The song is good for people going through employment changes and stuff. Extremely relatable in that sense, I guess. Because the song talks about putting on different hats, and I think in the video I'll show myself putting on just different hats, you know. People say you're one thing, then you're the other, then you're the other. And like there's this perception that people are, what they do rather than like who they are. So it's kind of addressing that too in a way. It's kind of cool. Okay. Oh, I realized something. Should be okay. Okay. I think I accidentally closed my browser. I'm supposed to have YouTube Studio open, I think. I don't know. I'm like, oh, did I like end the stream? But I don't think I did. It's like I'm used to like closing things, I guess. Yeah, it still says it's happening, so I guess it's happening. Okay. Because I know I'm probably going to do something different here. Let's see. How about we get... I mean, should the weirdness start right away, or should we give it some time to breathe? Maybe give it some time to breathe. Oh, I kind of like this extra pause. It wasn't meant to be. This is one of those happy accidents. No matter where I'm... Yeah, it's a monster. No matter where I'm at. It's gotta take 2 bars. No matter where I'm at. Then the bridge comes. And there's scribbles and a drum solo. So it's gonna go... It says everyone goes crazy too. Accelerando. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. I think I know what to do. So, in order to go crazy, you gotta set it up. So we're gonna set up going crazy. So, we're not getting like complex composition with this song, kind of leaving it up to the performers. This bass line, like, he might do verbatim though, because it's iconic. But like during the chorus, he can do whatever he wants. Same thing with the drums, like he can kind of do whatever he wants. I'm gonna kind of do whatever I want on the piano. Probably do that voicing, it sounds kind of nice. Play around with it. So it's not like strict like Phoenix, where everything was strict, so it's like a different level. Oh yeah, we need to copy. Because it goes right into... So verse 2 is verse 1 without the echo, which is kind of neat. It only does that in verse 1. So it makes it kind of sound disjointed in a way, because that's what the song's all about, being disjointed with your identity. Let me hear what the Oh yeah, we need that silence here. Silence. Okay. Right. Oops. Oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? I need to insert a bar. What is the quick command? Control insert. I thought that's what I hit. Matter where I'm at. So we'll put on click track so I could get a full grasp of what I'm doing. No matter where I'm at. Cool. So there'll be like a little spot where it's just the vocals, and then this part is gonna accelerate like so. Probably up to like 180. Not gonna do it immediately, probably after like 13 beats. Why 13? I don't know. So in the verse, the singer, oh, Anthony's in the band, or in the live, finally. So in the song, he's talking to this monster. And this part, he's kind of telling the monster, joke's on you, I know how to feel, over and over, but it's getting faster, you know? So the lyrics are saying one thing, the music is saying another, and that's what we get here. So I'm going to see how that kind of fits with all this. There's a monster in my mirror, screeching like a movie thriller. His job is to give me money hats, no matter where I'm at. I think I want it to be more beats than that. Ooh, maybe not that fast, maybe like 170, and maybe after 16 beats. Cool. Joke's on you. Boom. Okay. We're probably going to do like cool stuff here. I don't know what though, but there needs to be something cool. So when we go back, we'll add stuff there. Okay. We're going to add some more measures because our song is long. Insert a bar. Oops. Oh, I think I could just do that. Yeah. I keep thinking I'm using MuseScore. So what happens when you use two different programs and master their shortcuts, you get confused with them, and then you're back to square one. Let's see. Put like a little fill here. Right here. Just like a little 16th note snare drum stuff. Maybe do 2 beats of that. Obviously, since he's playing the snare drum, he can't play the ride, so we have to eliminate the ride. And then we get that cool rhythm there. We can put boom, bop, boom. Put a bass drum on this one. Oops. That makes it hard to read. We're gonna put it on this. I don't know where to put this bass drum. Maybe on this beat. Yeah. He'll do whatever he wants. He'll do whatever he wants there. So we can get creative with harmony here, because this is the bridge, officially. Bridges are really cool, because they're where like the composer like can have fun with whatever they want. It's a good place to experiment in the song. If you have a music career and you're afraid of writing a bad song, then use your bridges to experiment with ideas you wouldn't try in the main song. I forgot where I heard that from. Someone does that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So there's something else I have to be aware of. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. It's the video too. I have to keep that in mind. So, because we want this to sound like where the video the video is kind of already planned before the song even came out. Like I'm experimenting with different ways, and it's kind of like that slot video I made, except a lot more simpler to understand. 'Cause I think that slot video is kind of too much, but it was meant to be too much. It was meant to be like, no one's gonna try this because it's too weird. But this one will be like, people can try it very easily. But it's like something along the lines of that. So this bridge will kind of be like a bonus round. Okay, so I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to do. So I kind of talked this one out because it's not a slot machine per se, but there's this thing where like, I don't know whose face it's gonna be. It might be mine. Where like, it's just like my head, right? But my face is just constantly changing. And if you pause the video, you can get the correct face and you get a point or whatever. And it does that every time there's a chorus. So that's all going on. And then once it gets to the bridge, that's kind of like the bonus round, because there's gonna be 2 choruses and then that'll end. It's like 2 for 1, I guess. It'll be a straight music video too as well. Dream Slot Shot was kind of like an experiment for something like this. Okay, so it's all gonna like trade off, kind of. What key am I in? Son of a gun. What? I gotta be an A major. Why am I an A major? This is where the song kind of gets technical. Yeah, this is where it kind of gets technical. This is what's kind of coming out in my head. Because so far the song has been extremely simple, so technical bridge is going to be like, what the frick is happening? You know? Kind of like a shock. But it's not going to be technical in a sense where it's like hard for us and we have to practice for like months and months. It's going to be just like, what? Like, kind of stuff that's... Because this is kind of easy for me. Especially with 2 hands. And then I want this an octave lower. And we all might be playing here too. This bridge might be instrumental. I think it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be instrumental bridge. Okay. So where's my thing? Oh. Oh, I'm not on drums, that's why. Like, where's the drum key? Okay. I think we're gonna do something like that with the crash. Here's the cool thing about Anthony. He's really good at reading music. Like, reading music's like a freaking skill, you know? Like, sight reading. Like, this is kind of hard to sight read. I probably really will have to slow it down. But he'll be able to sight read, like, most of this. Even, like, the technical parts that are happening. Like, he might spend some time on it, but not really too much. So, and he might even add stuff to it, too. Which is kind of... Let's see. I don't know if this is going to line up exactly the way I want it, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm going with A major 7th. Okay. Oh no, what's happening? It's going crazy. It's going crazy. It's happening. Here it comes. This is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I don't know if I want those rhythms on the piano. So I'm gonna put an A. Ooh, another A. I know this is not the proper way to write piano part, but I'm just gonna read this. You know, it's written for me. I want this to ring. Yeah, let me see that. I wish I could make the program choke, because that'd be cool. The bass is probably going to do something like that. I think I might have to change the tone of this thing. For this part, at least. I'll even write in use different tone for this part. Because, like, I want them to get creative with the tone in the song. Like, experiment with that. And, that way that'll help for future songs, too. Like, hey, this is a song to experiment with tone, you know? So I'm kind of giving them that feel. Because you saw I had like a synth bass there. So, like, I want him to, like, really go outside the box. I don't want a synth bass, but I want something different, you know? But here he can do his style that he does. Dots, da da dots. Dots. we're gonna do another. Yeah. Ooh. A good thing he can play stuff like this. Look at that. So my band is like kind of Dream Theater right now. I guess I've been listening to them. That's why. Oh, I like that. Maybe make this shorter. Yeah. Good luck, Chris. 'Cause you gotta get that exactly right. What do you say? His trouble with his timing, but he can do it. So now we're all playing. Everyone's writing. We're all writing our part at once. Let's see. Someone has to give here. I think it's gonna be the drum. And what happens if I do this? Does that sound good? Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna sleep on this part because got this bridge doing something, and this song doesn't really need to be done like right away, because Inner Cafe is moving on to that next step, and Inner Cafe will probably be like the next video that's gonna be uploaded. Like it's pretty close to being finished. But yeah, so I got some time to think about this part, and not just write whatever. But it looks like it's gonna turn out to be pretty technical, which is kind of crazy, which is good. That's what this song needs. Needs a little bit of craziness. Have my bass match Chris. I'm going for disjointed. I'm not done with this drum part. I want this beat from me and you to kind of like, you get this sound, watch. So take it up, boom. That's kind of what you're getting. It's hard to hear that on the program with the cymbal not choking. So like you choke these, and then you get that take it up, boom. Because this is gonna be that there. Like that, boom. What you could do is, let's see, because you have a bass drum. That's what happens when you talk to me in the stream. Make your priority. Thinking of boom. So now your bass drum is filling in this. Oh, let me turn off this click. Yeah, there we go. If I put like a hi-hat, maybe that'll be better than a choke. Ah. Oh, maybe not a foot hi-hat. Yeah. Because like, I want him to choke it here. Because I want no cymbal ring on this part so you can hear the... Maybe an open hi-hat. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's a rhythmic exploding. Would stacks work for the choke? No. I'm just kidding, yeah. Yeah, you can use your stack here. Look at the haunted stack. That's what I was gonna say. That drum set's haunted. The stack, it hits like when I'm not there. I look for stuff that falls on it. Nothing. Cause like if you touch that thing, you can hear it throughout the house. You don't even have to hit it. You just touch it. So it's like someone's moving around in there. Maybe it's good at like detecting ghosts. Cause it's such a big stack, I guess. You can even stack here if you want. So you can hear more rhythmically. Because stacks, at least the one he has, kind of works as like a, like you want to crash, but you don't want it to ring. Like, I guess that's the best way. So I could put stack here. Stack. And you know, you can use his best judgment there. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna listen to it in context and then see where we're at. Okay. Drums start the whole song, that's kinda cool. It's kind of creepy. It might not sound good now, but I think it's necessary. But yeah, that part, because I wanted to just derail like completely into madness here. Yeah, it's a song about, it fits the song, I think. And there'll be another chorus at the end to make it all nice and happy. And yeah, but yeah, I do need to sleep on that part, for sure. Okay, so we're towards the end of the stream. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the stuff I have around. All of us, you know, as artists, I think it's important to share your process, you know, because I think it's the best way to learn a process too. Like, there's no one way better than the other. You just learn from each other. What's the, I forget what I say to, I've probably said it on here. Two conquerors meet, they want to destroy each other, but if two musicians meet, they want to jam. And that's such a beautiful thing in like humanity. This is our Spotify stuff. If you look for our stuff, we're on Spotify and all that jazz. You can hear final products of this process. We're always growing, we're always learning new things about audio engineering, about playing our own instruments, about writing music in general. And, you know, these are our projects that we do. They are available to be listened to be bought. We're not like crazy about like you know, we're not gonna make like 10,000. There is a commercial about this, but it's not like, we were kind of realistic about how people listen to music. So yeah, we're all on all the streaming stuff. I will say, like, I think in the future our stuff will come out on YouTube first because that's where like most people listen to our stuff. We're still doing okay on these. Like, there's people listening, but most of the listeners come from YouTube. I have this. Well, I don't know why I put this, but this is. I guess I'm promoting the instructions to Melancholy Dream video. If you're like, what the heck is a Melancholy Dream? Why is it an album? Is it, what is this? Like all these, there's different directions. There's cards you can collect. What's happening? What is this thing? This tells you like what it is. It's pretty much exactly like how to experience it, because like it's meant to be taken. You can take it one way just watching it, and you can take it another way like digging deeper into it, and it's like a spiral down. It's really an abyss, that's what it kind of strives to be. It's like an abyss, so you just keep going down and down and down. But yeah, this will tell you all about it, how to play it. There's even like a way to get a high score. Maybe someone will break the record. Dreamcrack kind of will be similar, but it'll be more obvious in like what it is and how to navigate it. Melancholy Dream is not super obvious. That's one of its downfalls, I think. But I think I learned a lot from Melancholy Dream. And like this song kind of inspired a lot of what we did today with that last song, where there's going to be like this crazy part, kind of a concept that's passing through. The song used in this was just like a background song I wrote for like something else. It was really an experiment for that song. I'm gonna promote Corona Queen. There was kind of a vibe in the beginning of this stream with like cafe and coffee and just like turning on a lamp, and like it made me think about like 2020, when everyone was like shut in, and I literally like stayed in my room reading every book that I owned, and like learning how to play all these different solitaires. Like it was kind of relaxing. I taught online, so I still like talk to people. It was a relaxing time, but at the same time it was a scary time because you don't know what's happening for sure. But yeah, I wrote this song during that time. We recorded it a little bit when everything was dying down. And there's another song I made, gone viral, where I used like just different parts of Chris and Anthony and just Frankenstein the song together into something cool, and then I sang over it. It was pretty cool because I couldn't see them. I couldn't see them. I needed to make music. But yeah, this is another magazine ad for Melancholy Dream, as if it were a game or something. It kind of is basically a game if you let it be. But yeah, those are pretty cool ads. All right, everybody. It was nice having our time together. I hope you all learned some stuff. Hope you get some insight. We're all learning. That's the secret some people won't share. Is that we're all still learning. Everyone should always be learning. And if you learn, no one can stop you. Like, really. But anyways, guys, this is Josh from Phoenix Splash, signing off.